guards for Bill Self's Jayhawks. Rush, the leading scorer. Kahn, the biggest man, 6'11", and the lengthy Julian Wright on the front court. And our officials for this regional final, veteran Ted Valentine, Mark Whitehead, and Paul Jansen. And our game is brought to you in HD TV by Harris Corporation, the world leader in broadcast systems for high-definition television and mobile media. In blue, the Jayhawks in white, and this crowd of 18,000 is electric. Collison in UCLA gets the first chance. Aflalo takes it in. Can't hit. Kahn got a piece of it. Aflalo gets it back, and it falls.
Aaron Aflalo immediately off the tap, attacking the basket off the dribble. He's been struggling from the field. Only 5 of his last 22 coming into this ballgame. Getting important.
Into the big man Kahn over Mata, followed by Kansas, not there. Ship ahead to Collison. Pulls it up. Ship the baseline. Can't hit. Brandon Rush brings it down for Kansas.
Kansas needs to get back quicker in transition. They are allowing UCLA to get down the floor.
That was Mario Chalmers on the drive, and Aflalo picked up the... No, it's Collison with the foul. This is the whistle. Brandon Rush, 6 for 6 against Southern Illinois, but misses his first attempt today. Out of bounds. Last touch by Collison of UCLA.
Luke Richard Amute had to switch out on Brandon Rush, who put the ball on the floor, but an excellent job by Lorenzo Mata, who has really done a nice job in this NCAA tournament of guarding inside, staying tough, and really challenging shots. UCLA.
Strong move by Rush and a blocking foul against UCLA. Mata.
And you can see, Dick, that Kansas resolute in putting the ball on the floor and attacking off the dribble. Bill Self knows it's going to be very difficult to run their sets, to run offense against this UCLA defense. He wants his team to break it off, put the ball on the floor, and try to create help and recover situations.
Rush, his brother, Jerron, played 2 years at UCLA. Ben Holland in his 4th season on the Bruin bench as in his 4th year in Lawrence. And the game tied as Rush connects on his 2 free throws. That's something that Kansas had a problem with in Southern Illinois in the semifinal regionals, as they made only 10 of 19. There's a steal, knocked away and out of bounds off Kansas. Very nearly a turnover for Bill Self. He's taken 3 different programs to the Elite 8, but never to the Final 4. Big challenge for him as one of the outstanding coaches to get.
What a great matchup between Brandon Rush, one of the best defenders in the country, and Aaron Aflalo. Rush has the size and the athleticism to really bother every shot Aflalo puts up.
He got a piece of that shot. Here's that trap by UCLA.
They like to trap ball screens. You've got to be a second passer out of this, and Julian Wright threw it away.
Collison with Rush behind him, and he used the rim to protect against a block from behind.
That is one thing that Kansas cannot afford over. They turned it over 19 times against Southern Illinois.
Inside is Sasha Kahn.
Give great credit to Julian Wright for making that pass. He may be 6'9", but he is an outstanding passer and can be a playmaker for Kansas in the middle.
Ship outside. Now Aflalo over Rush. Mbamute. Little jump hook is there for the sophomore from Cameroon.
Struggled coming into this game. Only 4 of his last 15, but a terrific move down low, getting the low block.
Another foul against UCLA. That's Darren Collison's first. 3 team fouls on the Bruins.
Julian Wright putting the ball on the floor, going baseline by Lorenzo Mata, but cannot throw it up for grabs. Darren Collison, that's his 74th steal of the year, tying him with Tyus Edney for 3rd best all-time at UCLA in a single season.
Motions to play. The winner of this game will meet the winner in the Midwest, Florida, Oregon, in the semifinals in Atlanta. Inside to Kahn. Mata defends. Now the double team. And on the side, nice soft 10-footer by Julian Wright, the 6'8" sophomore from Chicago Heights.
UCLA came again with its post-to-post doubles, which it does in just about every game against a good big guy. Sasha Khan handled it well, but it was that second pass that found the open shooter. It's not always going to be the pass out of the post. That second pass important.
Foul on Chalb at the wrist as well. First Kansas foul. Frenetic early pace. This crowd just so full of enthusiasm at the very start. In fact, an hour ago they were yelling and cheering, both bands fighting each other to try to get the musical time.
Well, just the pace that you would expect in this game. Both teams trying to push it up the court to beat the other defense down to get an easy look. Otherwise, they'll really have to grind it out against outstanding defenses.
A follow for three as Brandon Rush.
And great sign for UCLA is Aaron Aflalo getting off to a good start.
Wright kicks the ball, goes after it and recovers. Great effort by Wright. Rush takes it in and scores. UCLA lead on the run. This is uncharacteristic. Way off mark was Aflalo, but Mata saves, but was on the baseline, out of bounds to Kansas.
Bad shot there by Aaron Aflalo. He tried to get off one quickly, but this was a terrific move and went over the top of that screen. The fade to the corner, Rush falling to the ground. But you can see Dick, UCLA trying to get the ball inbounds quickly and beat Kansas's defense down the floor. Great pass.
Good give and go, and inside with the left hand is Wright. He has a couple of quick goals, and Kansas leads for the first time.
Kansas runs a lot of ball screens. That's what that was, a ball screen and roll to the basket off the reversal. An excellent job, an excellent delivery by Sasha Khan.
No foul. Good hands by Rush to save. Go up with a 2. And the follow and score. What an effort by Russell Robinson, the 6'1" junior guard from New York. Timeout UCLA.
Kansas quicker to the ball. Those are the hustle plays that can get you to the Final Four.
Lou Kelly, LA basketball and his Pontiac Torrent crossover. The upgrade in fuel economy allows him to drive to every game. The upgrade in design allows him to drive in style. And the upgrade in seating capacity allows him to drive with tonight's officiating crew and a hypnotist.
Technical foul, Louisville.
Sweet. Get your upgrade now at the Pontiac Upgrade event and get a 100,000-mile 5-year powertrain warranty standard. Plus get 0% financing and $1,000 bonus cash on most Pontiac models. The Pontiac Upgrade event ends April 3rd.
Don't worry, my dear, I'm on my way. Oh, empty. That too.
No Red Bull, no wings.
Trust. It's everything. Nobody hands out trust. Talent is one thing. Combine talent with people you trust, and you will walk on that court with a level to match.
The Hartford, a company built on nearly 200 years of trust. Ask your advisor what The Hartford can do to help you plan for your future. Because you're not preparing to retire, you're preparing to live.
They pick up their games, pick up their teams, and pick up the pace. Enterprise salutes NCAA student athletes for picking us all up. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Introducing nachos, piled high with seasoned beef and delicious taste, then topped with a cheesy, zesty kick. To get big taste for only 99 cents, think outside the bun.
Remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
It was too graphic for the kids, so I'm gonna have to block you.
You know, I gotta make this up.
That's really not necessary.
This is Vinny's watch.
Look out! What a finish! A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
move into this first half, and Kansas has a 3-point advantage. Congratulations to the Buckeyes of the Big Ten. The #1 seed has moved in to the initial spot on that Final Four. Thad Matta's outstanding young Ohio State team victorious 92-76 over Memphis earlier today.
And this is an outstanding backcourt they can put on the floor, but they are facing an outstanding defensive team in Kansas, especially their guards. Their guards are outstanding defenders.
There's the trap. UCLA getting a taste of its own medicine.
Russell Robinson, #3 for Kansas, one of the finest defenders, not only in the Big 12, but in the country, now guarding Josh Shipp. Shipp a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, but I'm not sure he's any tougher than Russell Robinson.
This is Sharon Collins, a freshman, on Collison, and Collison has it picked off by the man you were talking about, Robinson. He heads the break to Collins.
Such an alert defender. This Kansas team has been, they've taken it right to UCLA.
Wright, who has hit his last 2 shots from inside, and Collins, no basket. Foul away from the ball. No, 3-second violation. Haven't seen much of that as veteran Ted Valentine sees one of the Jayhawks camped in the lane. Naismith invented the game of basketball and took it to Kansas, where he was a coach and a faculty member for 41 years. What a tradition. Hey, aerial coverage of our game brought to you by Goodyear as you look down on the HP Pavilion on the southern tip of San Francisco Bay, near the heart of downtown San Jose, California's 3rd largest city. UCLA and Kansas alike in another manner. Neither team has a senior on the roster. Kansas with a lead, 3. 5.5 minutes in.
Sharon Collins taking on Darren Collison. Collins just a freshman, but boy is he strong, and you've got to be strong with it when Kansas goes after it. Robinson just took it right away from Shipp.
His second steal. Wright has it picked off and then tied up. Arrow points to Kansas. Monday on CBS begins with How I Met Your Mother, The New Adventures of Old Christine, 2.5 Men, and Rules of Engagement, followed by CSI Miami. Plus, David Letterman, Monday on CBS, America's #1 network.
Dick, you've got to be ball strong in this game. Every player on the floor is solid defensively, intention of taking it from you, so you got to be strong with it.
Darrell Arthur into the game for the first time. This is his first shot. So Arthur a freshman and Collins a freshman. Both McDonald All-Americas for Kansas. See their first duty. And that may be the one market difference in these two teams. They bring in Bill Self, 2 freshmen, both averaging around 10 a game off the bench. UCLA does not have that firepower. They brought on number 20, Michael Roll. That's Roll with the ball.
Want to make Roll put the ball on the floor. He's a spot-up shooter and a very good one.
And Mbamute looking off to see where track out of bounds.
The problem, there's nothing for Mbamute to do with the ball out there. When Aaron Aflalo drove the lane to drive and kick, Mbamute is not a guy that's going to knock a shot down from that place on the court. Took his eye off it. Another turnover for UCLA.
So the backcourt now for the Jayhawks, Robinson and Collins. This is Collins, the stocky 5'11", 205-pound freshman from Chicago. Brandon Rush. And now Darnell Jackson, another reserve sent in by Bill Self.
Kansas going with the right side, need to reverse it.
Collins pulls up for an 8-footer. Batted out by Shipp. This is Collison, 1 against 3, takes it in anyway. And scores! What an effort by the speedy Collison.
Speedy, but also skillful. Darren Collison, one of the most efficient players, not only in the Pac-10, but in the country.
Sharon Collison gets around Roll, has it stripped away. And then a foul on Collins trying to get it back.
Again, the importance of being strapping. Collison with the little hop, skip, and a jump, but keeping the ball away from the long arms of Brandon Rush, trying to put pressure on Collison. A terrific job in transition of navigating traffic.
Collison in the backcourt for UCLA, and Collins in the backcourt for Kansas. Alfred Aboya, number 12, in for the first time. That's Aboya with the ball. Shipp fires from three-point range, well off the mark. Jackson rebounds.
And Kansas not even guarding Aboya out front.
And catch and score, Darrell Arthur. He has 6 off the bench to lead Kansas.
You've really got to get some pressure to take away vision, even in transition.
Roll has it stripped by Chalmers. Kansas in a first half of steal after steal, and then in the hurry, it's Chalmers dribbling the ball out of bounds to UCLA. Under 12 to go in the first half. The Jayhawks by 3.
Okay, now what? Rock, paper, scissors for it? Okay, that's fair. On 3? Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
I threw paper.
I threw a rock.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Welcome back. It all begins a week from Thursday. Watch exclusive live video from Amen Corner at the Masters with Amen Corner Live. And bonus play-by-play coverage of the entire field starting 1 hour prior to CBS television coverage. Go to cbssportsline.com/masterslive and masters.org. These young masters of basketball, Kansas and UCLA, in the battle to make it to that Final Four in Atlanta next weekend. 11:47 left, opening half. Kansas leads by 3.
Brandon Rush continuing to guard Aaron Aflalo, chasing him off those screens, trying to make sure he gets late pressure on a shot so that Aflalo can't get a clean look.
Aflalo has it blocked by Russia. No foul. And UCLA's Aboya gets it back. He's in heavy traffic. And there's the 35-second clock. The ugly buzzer for a coach. But violation goes to Kansas.
It's music to Bill Self's ears, though, because his defense was so strong, not just on the perimeter. The great job by Brandon Rush to close out to Aaron Aflalo, get a piece of that shot, but also Darrell Arthur and Darnell Jackson inside, stopping Aboya and Mata.
9 minutes into the game, and the hit by Darnell Jackson, the 6'8" junior from Oklahoma City, as Kansas using that stout defense. They have 5 blocks already.
Well, they've come out attacking on defense. They're not reacting to UCLA. They're making UCLA react to them.
Collison, a 45% shooter from outside the line, hits his first three-point attempt. Collison with 7 to lead the Bruins. Turnover. Shipp brings the blue-clad UCLA Bruins into the offensive end. With a solid move to the baseline.
Well, that's some offense Mbamute has not been showing thus far, not only in the NCAA tournament, but over the last 10 games.
Chalmers takes it inside and sets up Jackson. What a beautiful feed by Chalmers, his second of this first half.
UCLA going to have to figure out a way to stay in front of Kansas ball handlers. Kansas breaking the Bruins down off the dribble.
Collison, they try to trap him, and a foul. Collins with a hand check. That'll be.
Kansas does a great job of setting ball screens and then rolling to the basket. And if nobody picks up the roll man, Mario Chalmers just lobs that up beautifully to Darnell Jackson. Jackson had a terrific game in the regional semifinals, and he is picking up right where he left off.
Roderick Stewart from Seattle was a freshman at Southern California. His twin brother Lodrick playing for the Trojans this year. He's in number 5 for Kansas. Mbamute gets it out to Collison, and Robinson defensively, and he overpowers Collison. Mata with that short-range pass. Say you can vote for your Pontiac game-changing performance of each round of this tournament. Nearly $150,000 in scholarship contributions are on the line. Vote now at ncaasports.com/Pontiac.
You know, Dick, usually a coach can point out who his best defender is pretty easily, but Bill Self's got Brandon Rush, he's got Russell Robinson, he's got Mario Chalmers, all spectacular defenders.
And speaking of defense, Josh Shipp harassing. He forces the turnover. Shipp goes out. Michael Roll roll back in for the Bruins. So it's Roll, Aflalo, and Mata on the front line. Ba Mute, in essence, another forward, and Collison, the point guard, with the ball. Each team with 6 turnovers. We've reached the 10-minute mark, the halfway mark of this first half, and there's another steal by Kansas. It's Wright the other way. Wright with a right pass to Robinson.
All right, how about a guy 6'9" in Julian Wright running the break like a point job by Russell Robinson to square his shoulders to the basket. Another turnover by UCLA.
Jackson anticipating that lob pass and darting in front of Mata. Inside, not there, and over the back. Darnell Jackson of the Kansas Jayhawks, his first foul.
Kansas off the turnover. Julian Wright, 6'9", and incredibly skilled for his size, for anyone's size, but a great job on the delivery and a to square his shoulders. Nobody could block that without fouling him first.
UCLA sends in Russell Westbrook, 0, the first appearance for the freshman from Hawthorne, California. This is Westbrook as he gives Collison a blow.
Full court pressure by Kansas, trying to slow the advance by UCLA, perhaps get the Bruins to turn it over, and UCLA calling a set play in the half court.
7 field goals for UCLA, 8 turnovers forced by this tenacious Kansas defense. Inside Oboya, and it's out of bounds off a Kansas defender. To Bill Self's defense. You talk about Kansas's offense. They've won 14 in a row, averaging 83 points a game. But what's overlooked, they're number 2 in the nation, allowing 37%. But Aflalo ignores that statistic and hits another 3. Make a chip from the wide wing to hit the 3. And there's a steal by Westbrook. He takes it all away. And the freshman gives UCLA the lead, 21-20. What an exchange of action, end-to-end. Bruins now by 1. The West Regional Final thus far living up to all the expectations of one-point game. Each team has enjoyed the lead.
And just when one team delivers a blow, the other comes back with a haymaker and connects with their great post-to-post doubles. And getting the turnovers and the easy scores at the other end. Outstanding defensive play by the Bruins.
Brandon Rush, number 25, returns, and inside is the big man. And Sasha Khan has his 4th point.
Khan got a great angle to the basket. Another turnover by UCLA. The poor delivery.
And pulling up his right, can't hit it. Oboya sends Roll the other way. Roll to Mata, and he's blocked, but a foul is called. That looked pretty clean as Khan came to the U.S. as a high school student, made the defensive play his first foul. And with it a timeout, just under 8 minutes to go in the first half here in San Jose. Kansas now the leader by 1. Back in the West with our game summary. Kansas has held 43 straight opponents under 50% shooting. UCLA over 50% early, and yet they still trail by 1.
Well, you've really got to be strong with the ball in this game. Everybody's slapping at it, not turnovers. It's not that they're fumbling it out of bounds. Somebody's taking it from them. And UCLA, their defense has been so solid. When the ball's gone into the post, they have doubled the post, and they're doing a much better job over the last 7 or 8 minutes of rotating when Kansas is passing it back out.
Well, here comes the man who has brought new adventure to free throw shooting to Westwood. Lorenzo Mata shooting 38% for the year. But the good news for Bruin fans, he's made 18 of the last 30. That's 60%, doubling his average.
UCLA only shoots 65% on the season from the line. In the regional semifinals, Kansas played Southern Illinois, but in the regional semis, they went 23 of 26, did the Bruins.
Against the Pitt Panthers to advance to this game. Looking for his first point, Mata, of this game, and a chance to tie. And he misses both. Too familiar a scene for UCLA fans, and Mata goes out, and Baumute returns. Ball to UCLA on the side. So it's Collison now back in. Aflalo and Mbamute for the Bruins. Robinson, Kahn, Wright, Rush, and Chalmers, the starting five for Kansas. Way outside, Mbamute. And Rush clears.
That's not been his shot traditionally, but he has been much more offensively aggressive in this game.
Quick pass to Kahn. He can't hit it. And Kansas keeps it alive. Fought for possession and able to get it outside to Robinson.
UCLA has not done a great job in transition with the big guys. They need to meet them at the free throw line and keep them from getting low post position.
In the corners, Rush. And he gets the kind shooter's bounce. 6 points for Rush.
Rush has shot it so well in the NCAA tournament, over 70%. And coming into this game, he was 7 of 8 from three-point range in NCAA tournament games.
Mbamute around Kahn, but look at the traffic he draws. And it's a save for Aboya.
You like his aggressiveness, but I think UCLA would like to make a couple of more passes, get this Kansas defense to move.
The Bruins outsized inside by the Kansas length and height. Collison with Robinson gets a pick and then loses the ball. Another turnover.
I think he was looking around for the next Kansas help defender.
10 turnovers for 6 minutes to go.
Unusual for UCLA to turn it over so much, but this is the best defensive team they've played.
Chalmers and Wright thought he was fouled. Back out it comes to Rush, and he hits the three. And Kansas enjoys the biggest game of the lead of the game at 27-21. Brandon Rush with 9, and the Jayhawk fans salute these champions of the Big 12.
Gentlemen, the Final Four sweep.
Back in the Bay Area, Oakland off to the east. Oh, big games deserve big TVs. Win a $10,000 entertainment room. Only at mycokerewards.com. San Francisco to the north. We're down the southern tip of the bay in San Jose, where Kansas takes a 27-21 lead. We talked about rush hour for Kansas. And indeed, that three-pointer by Rush extending the Jayhawk lead, and he is 8 for 9 in the tournament outside the line.
Brandon Rush is such a solid player in every regard. An outstanding. I think people had the idea that he might be kind of a selfish scorer, but Bill Self says not at all. In fact, he's almost too unselfish. He needs to be more point hungry, looking to score more because he is such an outstanding scorer.
Collison on the bench, so Mbamute had to bring it up, and look at the quick hands of Robinson to slap it away from the freshman Russell Westbrook.
Russell Robinson has really been strong on the defensive end. UCLA double-digit turnovers already. They only had 14 turnovers all game long against Pittsburgh.
Aflalo works his way free for the three, but is short. Mata collects the rebound. Oh, he was going to throw it away, but fortunately for UCLA, Rush tried to reach in for the steal, deflected it out of bounds.
Aflalo cannot get off an open look against Brandon Rush. Rush has been with him step for step when he's recovered late. His length and athleticism really bothering Aflalo. Aflalo needs to use a shot fake, see if he can get Rush off of the floor and then attack off the dribble.
Aflalo is 6'5", Rush listed at 6'6", but looks much taller.
And his arms are longer than 6'6".
Ship. 6-point advantage, Kansas. 5:09 to go. Wright has it stolen. Ship. And Arthur hustling down court, and Robinson both bumping on the dribbler, and the foul will go to Robinson, his first.
Whenever the ball goes into the post for Kansas, UCLA is coming with a post-to-post double. That time Darrell Arthur kicked it out to Julian Wright, but Wright wasn't strong with it. He needs to catch, face the defense, and then make a play. He's just going a little.
Wright given a breather. Collison, meanwhile, comes in for UCLA, gets it to Ship, and it's ruled a block. Another one for Kansas, and another, and a foul whistle.
Better job by Josh Ship on that second opportunity of going right into the body of Darrell Arthur. The first time he went straight up. A terrific job to get that ball inside. But watch Josh Ship go right into the defender and create the contact into the chest of Darrell Arthur. That's why he's going to the free throw line.
Ship from a very talented athletic family. His father Joe played football. His brother Joe led the Pacific 10 in scoring at the University of California, and his kid brother is a freshman and an outstanding prospect at Arizona State. Well, the first 3 fouls of the game were whistled against UCLA, and now 7 in a row chalked against Kansas as UCLA is in the bonus. 27-23 the score.
Collison does a great job of putting pressure on the basketball, but Robinson's been able to get past him.
Inside Chalmers. Rebound. Oh, top speed and out of control. He gets it picked from behind. Kansas so quick on the transition defensively.
Well, Chalmers showing that great backflow defense to tap it away.
And on the follow, Arthur with a basket and a foul. Darnell Jackson with a foul of the miss by Rush. Look at him get position and slam it home, and Mana fouled him.
Anytime you go after a shot block, it opens up the offensive glass, and Darnell Jackson, who has been outstanding, simply outstanding off the bench for Kansas in the regional semifinal against Southern Illinois, and tonight against UCLA, was right there on the spot to get that offensive rebound jam.
It's Mata's second foul, so he takes a rest with 4.5 minutes to go. Roll comes in for Josh Shipp. And with the speed of the game, that really isn't what Ben Howland wanted. That's the Kansas dictating pace. And with UCLA hurrying the ball into the offensive end, Jay Billis, more mistakes have been made.
Well, Josh Shipp just tried to get it into the middle of the floor, and you've got to be mindful of Kansas's backflow defense. You really need to get the ball to Darren Collison, let him bring it up.
6-point deficit. Roll fires from 3-point range and hits. That's why he's in there. A 3-point shot specialist. He rarely tries anything inside the line.
Well, he's so good with his shot preparation, coming off screens and then preparing him to rise. And Mario Chalmers just a little bit late getting there.
Rush pulls up and pops. Not there. And Bahamute to Collison. Some great athletes on the court. And Bahamute takes it inside. Jackson denies, but the pass is successful to Aboya, who has his first basket, and it's back to a 1-point game.
This is as aggressive as Bahamute has been offensively since he played in Maui.
Goes down, and a tripping foul will be called against UCLA's Aboya. His first. The Bruins look for another trip to the Final Four. The all-time record 11 national titles. It's advancing in this tournament. It has been formful, but that's not the case when you go to the Amazing Race. How can traveling through the wilds of Zanzibar be easier than getting? Don't miss a new Amazing Race All-Stars tomorrow on CBS. What defense for these Jayhawks. 11 turnovers, 8 steals in this first half, 5 blocks. And yet UCLA has managed to stay within 1.
Well, UCLA has done a good job from 3-point territory when they haven't turned it over. Kansas hasn't stolen it from them. They've gotten good shots.
And that's going to be a charging foul on Brandon Rush. He maneuvered up the lane to set up the outside shot. Bruin defender, his first foul.
Well, he didn't come to a jump stop, and Alfred Aboya did a nice job of getting into the lane and getting in front of him. And UCLA has been talking at their timeout about being stronger with the ball. They have to protect it against Kansas's defense.
Aboya back out from Bahamute, the 2 Cameroon sophomores on the UCLA squad. Now it's their star, Aflalo, pulling up and hitting. UCLA back in front by 1.
Aflalo puts it on the floor and comes up to shoot it. Nobody's taking it away from him.
Look at Howland across the way. He's playing defense with his team. Rush. Battle inside. It went to Kansas and then out of bounds to the Jayhawks.
Aflalo knocking that shot down, and he is not pleased with how many people are banging into him, so he's banging.
Two and a half minutes to go in this opening half. Rush has it stripped away by Shipp. Ahead to Aflalo, and he manages to control. Bruins.
Both teams are so strong defensively. You cannot afford to be weak with that basketball. You've got to protect it because you've got strong and alert defenders that are slapping at it on
defense on both sides, forcing those turnovers. 12-10. UCLA guilty of 2 more than the Jayhawks.
Well, from a defensive efficiency standpoint, we're looking at 2 of the top 5 defenses in the country.
Rush takes it strongly, but can't score. Mbamute clears. Collison. Aflalo inside. 9 points for Aaron Aflalo to lead the Bruins. To this crowd in San Jose, they've migrated from LA to cheer the men in blue. Oh my, so much to discuss in so little time, but stay with us. AT&T at the half. We'll talk with North Carolina's Roy Williams and Marcus Ginyard, and you'll hear from the Ohio State Buckeyes as they celebrate their spot in the Final Four, plus an AT&T Naismith watch update coming up at AT&T at the half. UCLA by 3, a minute and a half to go. Chalmers, not there. But quick hands by Jackson, and he draws the foul.
Everything contested on the way to the basket. It's been hard for Kansas when they put the ball on the floor and get into the lane to get a clean look at the rim, and UCLA has done a great job in transition of taking the ball the other way. What a move by Aaron Aflalo. A possession before that timeout. Incredible.
6th team foul on UCLA, shooting violation. So on Mbamute's first foul, Darnell Jackson is on the line. He averaged 5.5 points on the season, and he has 6 in this regional final today. Will go down for Jackson, who's a 67% performer from the line.
UCLA going into a box set. They'll be looking for Aflalo.
Allison sets up the pattern. Good hands by Shipp. That was a tough pass. Aflalo and rushes on him like a hawk.
A great read by Aflalo. He was being played inside by Rush. He just popped out to the wing.
4 on the clock. Collison can't hit the 3. Chalmers speeds it into the offensive end, and Rush slams it home.
Boy, how about that pass by Mario? And what a sprint by the wings for Kansas.
Oh, that was a magnificent example of how to run the fast break. And one of the reasons why the Jayhawks averaged 83 points a game in this 14-game winning streak.
Well, they played great defense. The shot by Collison short, bounced out toward the other basket, and another great read by Aflalo.
Aflalo trying the 3, but there was a blocking foul inside against UCLA.
Boya just moved on that screen. He just needs to stay stationary and let Aflalo use him, because Aflalo is a master at reading screens, how the defender is playing him. He understands how to get open. Boya doesn't have to help him that much.
About a 6-second difference in the clocks. So we're down to the final minute. Chalmers spinning inside. Has it denied. Gets it back. And then feeds it to Robinson, who misses from close range. UCLA with 20 seconds. But they have played this first half in that manner. Now Aflalo pulls it out.
Russell Robinson is never going to get an easier opportunity, but you give credit to UCLA for challenging so many shots.
Aflalo waiting till 4, till 3, till 2, and the shot from the corner is there. Oh my, at the buzzer. Aaron Aflalo, the player of the year in the Pac-10, sends the Bruins to the locker room with a 4-point lead. What a high-quality 20 minutes of college ball.
Boy, what a great play by Aaron Aflalo to give the ball up to Josh Shipp, who set himself, made a great read, and knocked it down. That's a big play going into the halftime.
Shipp and Aflalo lookalikes, and it was Aflalo with the assist and Josh Shipp with a clutch 3-pointer. And the score at the half is 35-31 UCLA. We'll send you the great half after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching CBS Sports, home of the men's national finals.
CBS CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by DirecTV, Cadillac, Bank of America, and by Bud Light.
The opening half on a 12-2 run lead. CBS Sports coverage of the NCAA basketball tournament continues after this message and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Mass Mutual, the National Association of Realtors, Hummer, and by Claritin D.
Beautiful Saturday afternoon, and aerial coverage of our game is brought to you by Goodyear. Ready for the second half. The UCLA Bruins with their largest lead, 35-31. Kansas had a 6-point lead, the biggest for the Jayhawks. Here now the in-game box score, powered by CSTV, the 24-hour college sports channel. And the two leading scores do just that the first 20 minutes.
Well, Aflalo, Ship, and Collison did a 24 points, but really the difference has been the three-point line. 5 of 13 from 3 for UCLA. They both have the same number of field goals, the same number of free throws. The three-point line has been the difference. UCLA with Josh Ship hitting 2 from 3, Aaron Aflalo, Michael Roll, and Darren Collison each hitting 1. The big one was Josh Ship to close out the first half. UCLA has the ball to start the second half, and that is the important point. They can get a little bit more of a run going to add run they had to close out the first half. Both teams have played spectacular defense, but when they haven't taken the ball away, the shooters have been resolute. Kansas, one thing they need to do, they need to knock down open opportunities inside the lane. Russell Robinson, Mario Chalmers have had near layups, and they haven't been able to get them to go down.
We're set to go in the second half. 20 minutes to play with Atlanta. Ticket to the Final Four on the line. Best on the West Coast, the UCLA Bruins, Midwest powerhouse. Kansas Jayhawks, as we mentioned earlier in the first game halftime report, to show you the strength through a whole century of basketball of Kansas. 100 years, 50 years they won their conference title.
Amazing consistency. They've had great coaches, great players. UCLA, no more storied tradition in all of college basketball than what the Wizard of Westwood and those after him put together.
12 years for Wooden, and then Jim Herrick's Bruins in 1995, winning the 11th most of any college program. UCLA gets the first opportunity in the second half. Baumute to Aflalo, Collison, Mata in the hole, Ship on the wing.
Same matchups as in the first half. Rush on Aflalo. What a heavyweight matchup of two great players and two great defenders.
Ship draws Chalmers, Collison, and Robinson. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Takes it in. Mata has to shoot from longer range, and he's well short. Good defense by Kansas.
And a nice job by Mario Chalmers. I think Ship may be a little bit stronger, but he wasn't able to put the ball on the deck to try to get around Chalmers.
Chalmers, Robinson, Rush, Kahn, and Wright. Same starting 5 for Kansas as Mata goes down, and with it his third foul.
Russell Robinson doing a very nice ball screen. UCLA with their big guys trying to trap off that ball screen to extend out and keep Kansas from getting anything off of the use of ball screens. But Russell Robinson doing a great job of attacking.
Robinson goes inside, and Kahn recovers. So Mata, 49 seconds into the second half, draws his third foul. He's out, and Boya in. Chalmers down the lane and throws it away, looking for Rush to clear more.
Kansas has been trying to put the ball on the deck to get into the lane, force help and recover situations, but UCLA has been very good rotating, and they're not just rotating to be there. They're coming over strong to stop somebody.
Chip with Chalmers. Chalmers has set a Kansas record for steals with 3 in the first half. He's passed Darnell Valentine, most steals ever by a Jayhawk, and he's all over the ball with help from Wright. And these Kansas players do and can defend.
Wright doing a good job of coming over from the help side and dropping down to knock that ball away. What a great battle that's being waged right now. Almost the game within the game. Brandon Rush guarding Aaron Aflalo.
Collison, time running down. 8 on the shot clock. Collison pulls up. That's a tough leaner. Wright brings it the other way for the white-clad Jayhawks from Lawrence, Kansas.
UCLA in the second half has not gotten anything. No look at the baskets.
Chalmers pulls up, and he is denied. Lead pass to Aflalo, and he takes it home.
UCLA has gotten some easy baskets in transition, and you call them easy, but they've done a lot of hard work to get those easy scores on the defensive end. What great help side defense by UCLA.
Thus far in the tournament, that has not been the UCLA style. They've been grinding it up, but they're using their quickness. No shot on the follow, and scoring is Mario Chalmers. So third opportunity to charm for the Jayhawks.
Kansas must have thought there was a lid on these baskets because they've had some opportunities inside. That dunk attempt off the rebound by Julian Wright just wouldn't go down, but an alert play by Mario Chalmers
to get his first points of the game, and then the steal, his 4th in the game, and right back to Chalmers, and a good move by Mbamute. How did he get his hand on the ball?
Again, being strong with the ball, and another opportunity for Kansas missed.
Now Collison takes the handoff and will slow the pace. UCLA's been winning games primarily in the late season and in the tournament, scoring in the 60s.
UCLA into their continuity offense, little slice cut, back pick, and then screen for the screener.
Now they have to hurry down to 4. Aflalo pulls up from 3. And Aaron Aflalo, Dustin Aflalo, AAA, hits the 3. And UCLA celebrates the biggest lead of the game. A 17-4 run by the Bruins, and they lead by 7. And you can discover friends you never knew you had. Win an NCAA Men's Final Four trip for 2 only at mycoachrewards.com. These fans who have used their voices in full choir in San Jose can use one of those Cokes. Outside, it's Wright. Now Collins, Jerron Collins, the freshman from Chicago, into the game. And it's Mata who's returned, deflecting the pass intended for Wright.
UCLA's help side defense is outstanding. They are very alert. Everyone sees the ball. They open up to it effectively, and they move as the ball with the great defensive teams in college basketball squaring off for a chance to go to the Final Four.
Rush draws a follow just as it's Rush defending a follow when they go to the other end. Collins takes it inside, partially deflected, and Aboya rips down the rebound. Collison ahead to Ship. Misses the dunk. Mata follows.
What a great play by Lorenzo Mata, not to give up on the play.
Of the game, UCLA opens up a 9-point advantage. Hahn double team. Rush to Wright. And Wright, athletic, physical drive to the hole. He has 6.
Nothing has been easy in this game. Everything has been contested, and UCLA doing a great job of going from defense to offense.
And it's gone, second half. Bruins by 7 with the ball. Collins has it stripped away. There's another steal by Robinson, and to the other end, and the foul as Wright tries to take it home and is banged. Foul on Ship is first.
It's all about second effort here. UCLA getting down the floor in transition, but if they don't get it initially, Lorenzo Mata for the finish.
The dream is still alive. Someday it will come true.
CBS CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Singular, Scott's, Miller Lite, and by Chevy.
Back at the HP Pavilion, the home of the San Jose Sharks of the NHL. Congratulations, Buckeyes go to the Final Four, first time in 8 years. And how about Barton of North Carolina? They scored 7 points in the final 45 seconds to end the 57-game win streak of Winona State as Barton wins the Division II championship. That got our CBS day off to a terrific start. Back in downtown San Jose, and Julian Wright of Kansas at the line. Sophomore shooting at 62%. Both teams have not shot free throws well.
I wonder if Julian Wright feels like a UCLA defender is going to jump up and guard him on the free throw. They've got nothing this open all game long. And Kansas started out in this game 8 for 13 from the field.
Wright misses both. 2 for 7 in the game for Kansas after going 10 for 19 in their close win against Southern Illinois.
After that 8 for 13 start, Kansas has gone 8 of 24. And that doesn't include, Dick, as you're mentioning, the missed free throw opportunities by the Jayhawks in this game.
Holding away from the ball, it appears they're going to ticket Russell Robinson, his second. That is the first team foul on Kansas in the second half. UCLA whistled for only 2. Russell Westbrook, the freshman, now relieving Darren Collison. Seeing more and more action, and this under incredible pressure going down with Ship. Westbrook takes it inside. Big move by the freshman. He's a good size, 6'3", 18 years of age.
And he was a big-time scorer in high school, an outstanding athlete that's playing behind a great point guard in Darren Collison. But Westbrook has got ability.
4 points for him in the game. Clock ticks down. Nearly 6 minutes gone, and that'll be a hip check. Non-shooting.
Russell Westbrook, very athletic, also a good defender, but going up against a freshman in Sharon Collins. Collins unable to stay in front of Westbrook. That broke down the entire Kansas defense, but somebody's got to step in front and stop the ball, take a charge.
That could be a big foul called on UCLA as it's 3 now on Aboya, and he replacing Mata with 3, so Mata has to come in. So the 2 big men inside for the Bruins.
Really, Kansas hasn't attacked very much inside. They've been setting ball screens on the perimeter, haven't been able to get too many opportunities in the low post.
Rush with the left hand, and a follow is not there by Wright, and it finally goes to Westbrook. Ship made sure that there wasn't someone immediately behind. So often the Jayhawks stripping the ball on their pressure, racing down court from behind the dribbler.
And more missed opportunities by Kansas. Not going to get many easier. Aflalo posting up, showing his strength. He doesn't miss those opportunities.
Player of the year in the Pac-10, Aflalo with 16 to lead all scorers. His dad, Benny, leading the cheers as UCLA opens an 11-point lead.
Is your steak craving calling? How about now? Right now at Applebee's, it's steak time. To a juicy house sirloin, a meat lover's masterpiece, a Bourbon Street steak topped with Cajun spices, and Chef Tyler Florence's seared ribeye with garlic chili shrimp. If you crave it, we've got it. Only at Applebee's. Can't stay for dinner? Pick it up and take it home.
Welcome back. 11-point UCLA lead. When you see the easy misses, you forget. Sometimes inspired by defense that has something planted.
Well, there's no question the defense has been part of it, but Kansas is good enough to capitalize on those relatively easy opportunities. And if they want to win, they've got to start making shots inside the paint, whether they are challenged or not.
You saw the close range statistic, only 12 for 26. And putbacks and layups for Kansas. Deep in the corner is Rush, and he rattles home a three. Deeply needed by the Jayhawks.
Kansas has had big comebacks before this season. They were down big to Texas and came back. They are not going to be deterred, but UCLA playing extraordinarily well and hard on the defensive end.
Schiff just does get that pass as Chalmers hawks him defensively. Takes it inside where he's jammed, and there's the steal by Chalmers. He's got 5 in the game. Rush, 2 in a row. No, and Mata's long arm, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Arthur. Tonight on 48 Hours Mystery after the game, when a brilliant law student is murdered, everyone suspects a serial killer. That's tonight on 48 Hours Mystery. Westbrook out, gets a hand with 4 points as he relieves Darren Collison. And now the starting point guard, Collison, a sophomore, his mother and father, Olympians. Handles the ball on the point.
And Westbrook doing a great job to come in and give him a blow. There was no...
And it's going to be out of bounds to Kansas. Another turnover as Roll had a ball knocked off his knee.
Well, he showed the ball. He showed the ball, and Chalmers so good at reaching to knock it away. Chalmers just doesn't slap at it. He reaches with a purpose, and he may be the best defender in the Big 12. He was Big 12 Co-Defensive Player of the Year.
I haven't seen anyone in several years make so many defensive steals and deflections. He's from Anchorage, Alaska. Wright throws it away.
Well, you can see the frustration on the part of Darrell Arthur. He and Julian Wright giving it to each other because Wright probably should have shot that ball rather than dump it off.
Arthur goes out, and he's replaced by Darnell Jackson, the bulky 6'8", 250-pounder, number 32. Where's 32? Because of his idol Magic Johnson. Under 12 minutes to go. Mute and Roll. Working away from the ball and way outside. Not normally his range.
Well, that's not the shot that UCLA wants. He can make it, but it doesn't mean he should take it as often as he has in this ballgame.
Collins works his way around Mata, takes it inside, and not there. Fights for his own rebound. The smallest man on the court, and it's Roll and Collison off UCLA out of bounds to Kansas. Boy, what a job by the 5'11" Collins after his missed shot to keep it alive. Timeout, 11:29. The scramble for Atlanta is on.
Spider-Man 3 trailer and tons of exclusive footage. See it now, only at Comcast On Demand and Spiderman.com. It's Comcastic.
They are the sharpshooters, the rainmakers, the Mr. Big Shots. We set them up with strength, power, and free high speed, and assist their fadeaways with a dream team of sumptuous beds and linens as crisp and cool as the other side of the pillow.
Courtyard, redesigned by business travelers for business travelers.
Boom.
How long is this gonna last? I'm ready to hit the Bud Light. I already took care of it.
Say, well, all right, now we are gathered here today to join in marriage, Bob and Julie. Bob, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do I hear and I do, I do, do I hear and I do?
I do.
Julie, do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do I hear and I do, I do, do I hear and I do?
I do.
Going once, going twice, and now pronounce you husband and wife, you may kiss the bride.
And away we go.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
So what I owe you?
100, 100 and a quarter, 100 and a half, 1 divided 200, 200 and a quarter.
Hello, friend.
Shouldn't you be on TV?
Look, your coworker Brian got me a Sony TV, installation from FireDog, and digital cable with HD. Then I got an $800 Onkyo home theater system. Free. Oh. In return, I'm doing his job today.
Actually, anyone can get that deal. It's the 3-point play from Circuit City and Sony.
Really?
Yeah. Where's Brian?
Get the 3-point play and get no payments and no interest for 18 months on all TVs, $9.99 and up.
Hey, head to the side when you see me riding with him in my Chevy ride slow. I'm in my Chevy ride slow.
Nice ride, homie.
I'll trade you.
Chevy Impala SS, an American revolution.
Sometimes that makes the easy look very difficult.
Well, especially with UCLA challenging everything, but Kansas has to expect they're going to score on so many opportunities that are relatively easy in the lane. 14 missed opportunities. They're 3 of 11 in this second half, while UCLA 5 of 9. UCLA has been the stronger team mentally and physically over the last 10-12 minutes of game time.
And how many times have we seen throughout this March Madness the favored team, the better seed, fall way behind late in the second half to pull out victory? That's the position the Jayhawks are in. Number 1 seed against number 2. Rush has it batted away, picked up by Collison. And he feeds Roll, and what a play by Rush, and the call goes against the Jayhawks. It'll be Rush who hit Roll up on the head as he delivered the ball, his second foul.
There's very little that Kansas is going to be able to do, taking it straight off the bounce without making any passes. That turnover allows the...
And Michael Roll taking it to the basket hard and getting fouled.
He's had only 6 free throws all season long. We mentioned earlier he's in there primarily as an outside three-point threat. That's his first miss, 6 for 7. 3 points in the first half on the one long shot. Moment of concentration and meditation as Roll misses both.
Kansas needs to start looking inside. It's been all the perimeter of late, and that's not a good shot.
Collins a little too strong off the top, but another turnover as Jackson picks it up, and then Rush takes it inside with a turnaround. Well done. And that 11-point lead now cut to 6.
Well, that's where Kansas needs to attack. They've got a freshman big guy, James Keefe, in the ballgame. A good prospect, but they need to try to take advantage of his presence.
Collison, LaFlalo says, let's get it out here and start it over again. 20 on the shot clock. Ball away from out there. And incredibly, Mbah Moute has taken 3 shots that seem out of character for him, and all have missed. For real-time scores and stats of every tournament game, go to Game Tracker. It's live on CSTV.com, the 24-hour college sports network from CBS Sports. Apparently that shot by Mbah Moute touched by a Jayhawk. 9 on the shot clock. Flalo looks to the other end. He knows it's a force to 3. Oh! Another hit. That's twice in the game.
Who knows when a shooter is going to break out of a slump, and Aaron Aflalo officially out of his shooting slump.
19 to lead all scorers, and the answer deep in the corner from Russell Robinson.
I mean, these shots are so pure. They're getting the net stuck up on the rim. What a shot by Aaron Aflalo Ensign.
We approach the midpoint of this second 20-minute period in San Jose, the Western Regional Final. Number 1 seed Kansas, 2 seed UCLA. The Bruins by 6.
Russell Robinson now guarding Aflalo, bumping him at every opportunity, but Aflalo does a good job creating space for himself when he has it.
And Mbah Moute back outside to Aflalo. He pulls up from the line and hits again. That's a 2.
Not lonely. That's the first open opportunity he's had all game long, and he drilled it.
21 points for the UCLA ace. 9 for 14 shooting. Ship comes up with a loose ball.
Great hands again by Ship.
Collison won't go down. Great rebound by Darrell Arthur. And Ben Howland across the way thought that Arthur had a little extra elbow in shaking off the defense, and Collison picks up the foul.
Well, Howland was right. Had to try to protect the ball, but look at this shot. Fading away, not going straight up and down at the end of the shot clock. And then Aflalo catching it, going off the ball screen. Nobody steps out to either switch or hedge. And that's like a layup for Aaron Aflalo, the way he's been shooting the ball under pressure.
Rare breather for Aflalo, who has 21 points on 9 for 14 shooting. Chalmers inside to Jackson. The 3 foul. Jackson forces his way in and draws the foul.
Boy, smart play by Darnell Jackson to back down Lorenzo Mata and go to the hole. There's been precious little for Kansas in the paint.
And that's 4 fouls on the 6'9" Mata. He plays bigger with that broad shoulders, 240-pounder.
He's asking Ben Howland to leave him in.
That's not going to be the case.
I don't think he will.
Luke Richard Bahamute is a Brandon Rush of Kansas. Darnell Jackson 0 for 3 from the line in the game. And hits that one. Out comes Mata. In comes Bahamute. And Rush will replace Sharon Collins.
Mata took one to the nose from Darrell Arthur. He's had that nose broken a couple of times.
Jackson. And the Jayhawks cut the Bruin lead to 6 again. 8 points in the game for Darnell Jackson off the bench.
Big possession for both teams, but if UCLA can get a score, they maintain a cushion.
There's that Chalmers. How many times is he going to steal the ball? He has been absolutely fantastic on the defensive end.
And how about the way he walked the tightrope, almost balletic, to avoid the ball when he makes the heads-up play. Watch, he throws it off of dances away from it. Baryshnikov.
Anchorage, Alaska's gift to the Big 12 and KU. Sophomore Mario Chalmers, coached by his dad up in Alaska. Robinson, Arthur, and now Chalmers. Jackson inside, batted away by Aboya.
A good look inside by Darnell Jackson, a very difficult angle, and then throw it up to the rim.
8:23 remaining in this second half in San Jose. Ohio State is qualified for the Final Four. The winner here will meet either Florida or Oregon. They play tomorrow on CBS. Ball batted out to Ship. 1-on-1. Ship back to Aflalo. Inside Mbamute, and he is denied. Good hustle again by Kansas to get back defensively.
Well, tried to keep that ball alive and tapped it out front, but that really started the Bruins' fast break. Terrific job in conversion defense by Kansas.
Back comes Julian Wright as Arthur takes a seat. Collison finally finds Mbamute.
It's amazing that Brandon Rush can chase Aaron Aflalo around all game long, and he doesn't look winded or tired at all.
Under 8 minutes to go. Chalmers on Chip. Boy, he has earned the respect of the Bruins. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Aflalo takes it high off the glass and gets the complete around the world roll on the rim. 23 for him.
Well, it went around the world, and he's been all world thus far in the game. Aaron Aflalo has been so hard to guard.
Chalmers slips as he tried to stop. The ball goes out of bounds, but off a UCLA leg. It'll be Jayhawks ball. 7.5 to go. Lead by 8.
It's time to hit the road during the Chevy Spring Sales event, where you'll get 0% APR plus $1,000 bonus cash on an 07 Cobalt. Plus, hit the road with confidence thanks to our 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's 0% APR plus $1,000 bonus cash on Cobalt during the Chevy Spring Sales event. Hurry, it all ends April 3rd. See your local Chevy dealer.
I'm seeking a match for good times. Must have a passion for music. Looks are important to me. I like making movies, playing games, sharing lots of pictures, quiet time.
With over 60,000 Windows Vista trained employees, Best Buy will match you up with a PC you'll love.
Got anything like that?
This gateway has everything you're looking for.
And Geek Squad can personalize it for you.
Right now, when you buy a new PC, get this great offer from Geek Squad. It's time to love your PC. Come find your match at Best Buy.
At the World Beer Cup, over 2,000 beers are judged from 540 breweries in 56 countries. And in 2006, one of those beers won gold for Best American Style Light Lager for the 4th time. In fact, Miller Lite's won more awards at the World Beer Cup than any other light beer. For award-winning taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite, good call.
Introducing nachos, piled high with seasoned beef and delicious taste, then topped with a cheesy, zesty kick. To get big taste for only 99 cents, think outside the bun.
On March 30th, experience the funniest, most original comedy in years.
That was unexpected.
And in Disney Digital 3D, it's spectacular.
As was that.
Meet the Robinsons, rated G.
Why aren't you seizing the boy?
Starts March 30th. The All-Stars find that racing through Zanzibar Airport.
Sorry, I must ask you to leave the plane right now.
New Amazing Race All-Stars, CBS Sunday.
The Bruins in blue, the Jayhawks in white, and this crowd of 18,000 is electric. And the shot from the corner is there. Oh my, at the wonders of the March Madness as we head for the April finale in Atlanta. 7.5 minutes to go. The #1 seeds throughout the tournament have been challenged, haven't they? But somehow finding a way to win it. Ohio State from 20 down to beat Tennessee, and we're behind Memphis today. Florida trailed by 9. Carolina by 16 last night against USC. Can Kansas join that parade of #1s to find the right stuff down the stretch? 7.5 to go.
Kansas is going to have to knock some shots down. 5 of 15 for the Jayhawks in this second half.
And there's another turnover. That'll be a backcourt violation. Collison picks it up and says, let's try for some points.
Well, Julian Wright needed to chase that ball down, even though it would have been a backcourt violation.
Another steal, Robinson. Amazing number of steals by the Kansas Jayhawks. 14 in the game. No whistle. Jackson inside, stolen by UCLA. 10 Bruins. This is a highway robbery in San Jose.
Kansas cannot get anything inside of the lane. Once they get into the lane, they've seen nothing but blue. The blue shirts of UCLA.
And Ben Howland says, let's talk things over. 6:36 to go. UCLA by 8. We'll return to San Jose in a moment.
Special in saving time and money on auto insurance. Here's the play.
Quote by print. Got it, Coach.
When there's only seconds on the clock, Esurance gives you a fast break.
From all the hassle of buying auto insurance, you don't have to jump through hoops.
At Esurance, instant comparison quotes let you screen prices yourself.
So you can net yourself some savings.
It's a slam dunk. Save time and money on auto insurance. Visit Esurance.com today.
Welcome back to tomorrow night, Sunday night on 60 Minutes, an exclusive interview with John and Elizabeth Edwards for the first time since the return of her cancer. 60 Minutes exclusive that'll kick off another great Sunday night of viewing on CBS. How about the good looks of Aaron Aflalo?
Aflalo has been outstanding, knocking shots down, putting the ball on the floor, and getting to the rim. He has been not only hard to guard, impossible to guard for Kansas in this ballgame. 10 of 15 from the field, 23 points, and another steal.
Amazing. Chalmers sets up Rush, had a three-pointer, instead takes it inside. Arthur, handcuffed by the pass, now takes it up and scores. Darnell Arthur.
How about the transition defense by UCLA to get back and stop Kansas from getting a layup? Kansas really had to earn that layup by Darrell Arthur.
6-point lead with 6 minutes to go. Balmute to Aboya and a foul. That'll go against Julian Wright. First on Wright. Team fouls, only the second on Kansas second half. UCLA with 5.
Darrell Arthur, you can see just going over Collison, trying to get that ball up and in because UCLA's help side defense had been so good, but Aboya had to come off of Arthur in order to stop a drive.
Aboya, one of the Bruins with free throw woes during the season, 56%. They now click up on the scoreboard. Team fouls on Kansas, 5 on UCLA. Aboya, and it's a bonus when Aboya and Mata drop the charities. Looks for his 4th point in the game. They're stepping up. 8-point lead once again for UCLA at the 5:54 mark. Crowd on its feet.
Kansas continuing to use ball screens. UCLA doing a very nice job defending them, whether hedging or trapping. And look how much time UCLA making Kansas use off this shot clock.
5.5 to go. 7 on the shot clock. Chalmers outside. The long bomb is there. What a clutch three from Russell Robinson. His second of the game. He has 10 points.
Leo Chalmers for finding an opening, getting into the lane, and then kicking it out to an open shooter, Robinson, who is stepping into his shot.
Each possession precious now. UCLA at the 5-minute mark when leading this year a perfect 25-0. They currently enjoy a 5-point advantage. They were ahead by 11 earlier in this half. 7 on the shot clock. Look at the pressure on defense. Bruins in trouble with 4. Collison with 2. Can he get one off? He does. Oh my! How many times can the Bruins beat the buzzer and collect a 3?
That wasn't over just one defender. That was over Robinson and Rush. What a shot by Collison.
Clutch performance of all the pressure in the world. Almost a turnover by the Jayhawks. A save by Rush. Robinson spinning in and draws the foul. It'll be heard.
Darren Collison, not known as a contested jump shooter, but you can't have a shot more contested than that. And the Bruins on the bench enjoying the great play from their outstanding sophomore point guard.
He led the conference in three-point shooting, almost 46% on the season. But he doesn't shoot many. Bruins are 8 for 17 on the 3-ball tonight.
What a great switch off that screen by Aaron Aflalo. UCLA so solid defensive ball screens.
Under 4 minutes to play. Chalmers for 3. Good rebound. Arthur gives the Jayhawks another chance, and he'll take it. Mbamute, shorter, but tenaciously goes after that 3-ball.
Well, Kansas is getting second opportunities in this game, but they're not able to knock anything down.
3:30 to go.
Thoroughly going to milk the clock, but they're going to be smart and use it and then get into a set. Right now getting into their 4 set. 4 down. It's going to be Aaron Aflalo isolated up top against Rush.
He's got to hurry now, and that's when UCLA's been at its best. And throws it away with 1 second on the clock. He was denied. They shut him off, and Ben Howland with that swallowed smile saying, all right, let's go. 58-50 the score.
To me back.
To when? 5 minutes ago? You never had that.
Never had a Coke before? You think I've gone soft in the head?
That's Coke Zero.
The 13th president was Millard Fillmore.
Okay.
Do you know what the capital of Djibouti is? The capital of Djibouti is Djibouti. Don't try to tell me I've never had a Coke before. Got a mind like a steel trap.
Da, 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 da. Enjoy Cokeness at mycokerewards.com.
I can give you what you want. I can make your heart beat short. I can make you ice cream. We could be a sweet tea melting in your ice cream fort.
The Intel Core 2 Duo processor. Great computing starts with Intel inside.
There are some crazy blades out there, so reach for the ultimate balm. Replenishing aftershave balm with Care Protect soothes and repairs the damage from shaving. Only from Nivea for Men.
They pick up touchdowns, pick up the bucks, and pick up their teams. It's NCAA student athletes for picking us all up to get a prize. We'll pick you up.
breakfast value menu. 10 items starting at $1. The king has cracked your morning rut.
CBS Wednesday, on the first of 7 new episodes in a row. If anything happens, you're the first one I come for. One day unlike went off.
We're all leaning on each other here, whether you like it or not.
One of Jericho's own will not survive.
We found a body, Robert, out in the woods.
A powerful new Jericho. CBS Wednesday.
3:10 left in regulation. UCLA by 8. Stay tuned after our basketball coverage tonight. Here's the lineup on CBS. 48 hours mystery tonight, of course, with the action running late in the East. You'll be able to program, and Bill Soil not enjoying the score. He's been so close to getting to the Final Four with Tulsa, made it to the Elite Eight. Illinois, Arizona knocked out his Fighting Illini, and then with Kansas lost to Georgia Tech in overtime a couple of years ago. And here's another opportunity for one of the game's outstanding coaches to get his team to the biggest part of the big dance. 3 minutes to go. Robinson is fouled.
Robinson, but he got absolutely slammed when he went to the basket, and Alfred Aboya came down right on top of him. You can see.
And for Aboya, that's his 4th foul, joining Lorenzo Mata, the 2 big men inside for UCLA defensively, each with 4.
And UCLA has decided, look at that help side. I mean, you're looking at 4 jerseys right there, and Josh Shipp was sticking right with Brandon Rush, trying not to give up an open 3 off the penetration, but not going to give up a layup without putting somebody into the wood.
There's Russell Robinson, who migrated from New York City, played at Rice High School. He was the Manhattan High School Player of the Year 3 years ago. This junior, he's a 65% shooter. You can win and you can lose on what many would feel the easiest of shots. Unguarded, 15 feet away.
Yeah, but most people who said that have never shot it.
Exactly right. So much on the line as Robinson hits the second, and UCLA's lead is cut to 7. But the Jayhawks are 5 for 11, and there's Flalo. He would have, had he let the ball go, it would have been UCLA ball, but he reached out for it. And again, who was the man in the way? Mario Chalmers.
Well, Kansas going with full court pressure after the made basket, the trap off the first pass, and Chalmers, Bill Self trying to give him some more opportunities, this time in the full.
Here's Chalmers on offense. He is all-conference defensive player, but he's all-world, but he has his own treatment turned on him, as Mbamute was the man who stole it.
Kansas has gotten nothing off of their ball screens in the second half. UCLA has defended them extraordinarily well.
2:26 to go, and the whistle foul is on Robinson of Kansas's 3rd.
You can see Mario Chalmers trying to split these 2 defenders, reaches in with that left hand and knocks it away. You got to be stronger with that.
It's only the 4th team foul. Excuse me, Jay. Now 5 team fouls on Kansas as Robinson picks up his 4th. UCLA has committed 7, so the Jayhawks will be going to the line from now on.
Well, Kansas still wants to make sure they go after a steal. You just don't want a foul to get that foul count up. You want to get an opportunity for a steal. If you foul, then fine.
Sharon Robinson sits down with 4 fouls. Shipp being chased from behind just does get it away to Aflalo. And there's a ball on loose ball, but a foul on Rush. His 3rd, and that's the last before UCLA will go to the line with a bonus. Have you ever seen a game where there were 27 steals? I mean, a high-quality game of this nature. 15 by Kansas, 12 by UCLA.
Oh, you're talking about 2 country with great athletes that have been very well drilled on the defensive side, and they are going after this like you cannot believe.
2 minutes to go. A deflection as Collison's pass was stolen, and Aboya got one in the face. Here come the Jayhawks. Trailing by 7. Collins inside. Blocked by Mbamute. Collison, no hurry. UCLA with 1:45. Aflalo. Open and hitting. No whistle. Collison, he just manhandled, and finally the foul.
once when he spun to the basket off that drive, spun right into a defender. You can see he spins right into Mbamute, who slaps it away. And that started the break for UCLA. And UCLA, the heavy contact. And Darren Collison dishing it out. Well, he steps up to the free throw line.
Arthur picked up the foul. His second has been Collison in the tournament, 14 for 15 from the free throw line.
Well, he's just an extraordinarily efficient player. Shoots a high percentage from the field, just under 50% on the season, 46% from three, and just under 80% from the line. When you've got a point guard that has efficiencies like that, you are going to win a lot of games.
He continues his red-hot work from the line. UCLA by 36 to go.
I have two beautiful children, a wife married now 17 years. When you're inside, cooped up in the wintertime, no. As soon as it gets warm, we're out there.
He's playing tag or hide and seek or whatever it is.
Winter's over. I put down Scott's turf builder with Holtz. It feeds our lawn. It gets our lawn greener, faster, and it stops the crabgrass. I'm the very first to have a green lawn after the winter. Look at it.
We're out much earlier than other neighbors.
Hey guys, time to come outside. Come on out.
There have been many areas to pursue in explaining the rhythm of this game, but how about the clutch three-point shooting at the end of the shot clock? That was Shipp at the end of the half. Aflalo with no time left. Collison forcing, all with a buzzer to go off when the ball was in midair.
8 of 17 from three by UCLA in this ball game. They have hit some really big shots in this.
UCLA has used its final timeout. Kansas has 2 to spend, and you can bet Bill Self will work those. But he needs some points. 9-point advantage UCLA. Rush inside. He's got 2 back. And there's one of the 2 timeouts quickly called by Self on the benches. Brandon Rush leading Kansas now with 18.
Spider-Man 3 trailer and tons of exclusive footage. See it now, only at Comcast On Demand and Spider-Man 3 on Comcast.com. It's Comcastic.
Well, as it has been through 26 seconds can be a lifetime. Kansas is drawn within 7. Team fouls are even. Both teams will go to the line from now on. And there are the free throw percentages. Shipp, Aflalo, and Collison on the bottom are outstanding free throw shooters. And Mbamute and Aboya are not. But Roll has come in to replace Aboya, and he is, although he's missed his only 2 chances tonight, a much better shooter.
They've got the worst free throw shooter, Mbamute, taking opportunity to foul Michael Roll. I think you go with Roll, but you don't have a whole lot of choice. And you need to foul Mbamute there.
Ahead to Roll, and wide open is Shipp down court, and he doesn't take the shot. They'd rather chew up the clock. The clock is the enemy of Kansas. Aflalo being chased and fouled by Wright.
Collins had an opportunity to foul Luke Richard Mbamute right underneath the Kansas basket. Couldn't get there in time, but the freshman wasn't able to give up the foul.
Darren Aflalo to the substitutions. Offense for defense. As Ben Howland sends back Aboya. And Aflalo, who has been unbelievably successful at the line in the tournament, 19 for 20. And gets the rim and the backboard bounce. His father. Think things aren't churning inside, Papa?
Think it's harder to sit and watch than it is to play.
A rare 1:10 to go. 8-point game.
Kansas does not need a 3. If they can pull the trigger on an open one, fine. Otherwise, get to the rim and finish it.
Chalmers unsuccessful. Collison spins away, but a foul is called on Arthur.
That has been indicative of this entire game for Kansas. Getting to the rim with an opportunity to finish a play and not being able to get it to go down.
Bill Walton, the great All-America, and the rest of they build the cheer into a crescendo that says, Georgia's on my mind, as Collison with 57 seconds to go.
And the man who might have been the biggest question mark for UCLA coming into this season, Darren Collison, having to replace Jordan Farmar, who led UCLA to the Final Four last year. And Collison has been every bit as good as Farmar was.
Cooley's to build the Bruins lead back to 10. And there's the steal by Collison, and then stolen back by Robinson, and he misses another close-in shot. Wright does hit on the follow with 45 seconds, and Bill Self uses Kansas's final timeout.
Yeah, with Vonage, I've had 100% reliability. I've never had a clearer phone.
The clearness of the line is phenomenal.
The voice quality with Vonage, it's been stellar, actually.
The call quality is great. Nobody asks, hey, are you on VoIP? You know, nobody knows.
It's just $24.99 a month for unlimited local and long distance. Call now and get 1 month free, including free calls to the U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, and Europe.
Call 1-800-989-4VON.
You're no rich
Prince rewards begin at 2 kisses. To qualify, eligible. Additionally, the Magic Spell reserves the right to lock out the primary kiss giver from any and all. Kisses expire 6 seconds from date of pucker. All kisses are non-transferable.
Is this how your cash rewards card treats you? Introducing No Hassle Cash Rewards. Earn cash on every purchase everywhere, plus a 25% annual bonus.
Yeah, okay.
But you're just 1 kiss away. What's in your wallet?
Back in Santa Fe to salute our Chevrolet players of the game. The 2 men, San Jose, have led their teams throughout the entire year in scoring, and so do they tonight. But a follow for UCLA, awakening from a 5-game shooting slump with 24 and Rush with 18. Those are our Chevrolet MVPs, and tonight after basketball, 48 hours mystery, so stay with us as our coverage is concluded. 45 seconds left here at HP Pavilion.
And it's been no mystery what has put UCLA on top chance to win. It's their ability to knock down challenge shots. Aaron Aflalo and Kansas missing opportunities inside the lane that could have put some game pressure on UCLA.
Well, you know UCLA is going to go to the line. There's the quick foul as Chalmers from behind picks up the foul. Something rather remarkable on UCLA's behalf, because it's been a team that's been winning in the tournament on defense, not on offense. And here against the Kansas team, as stingy as they come in allowing field goal, 3 straight games, Kansas has held their opposition under 50. And here's UCLA shooting 52% tonight.
But the problem has been they've had so many turnovers against this tenacious Kansas defense.
Ship comes up short. Roll out, Aboya in as Howland makes the switch to defense.
Now Kansas has to look, if they can, to get a 3-point opportunity as quickly as they can, but they've got to start looking for 3 here.
9-point game. They go inside. Wright has it picked off by Ship, and Baamute then fouled by Collins, and another steal in this game. And while it seemed Kansas had the upper hand in that regard because of the great work by Mario Chalmers, UCLA's been able to answer time and time again.
Well, I think UCLA has won this game if they can hang on the defensive end. I mean, they've certainly knocked shots down, but it's been their own. They have taken Kansas totally out of what Kansas wants to run. Every ball screen just incredibly guarded.
And Baamute struggled at the line, hits that one cleanly. If UCLA completes this final 36 seconds, they'll meet the winner of the Florida-Oregon game tomorrow. The Gators, the reigning champions, and the Ducks who beat UCLA. Bruins started 14-0 this year, and Oregon defeated them to end that early. Chalmers, and he loses it. Aflalo comes up with the ball. Down to 27. Baamute with the exclamation point. Unable to connect from three is Chalmers, and now the white flag flies from the Kansas bench. UCLA final seconds. The Bruins know the way. They're back again to the Final Four. Led by their star, Aaron Aflalo. 24 points for the All-America Aflalo, in sparking the Bruins to a 68-55 win here in San Jose. The Final Four, powered by Pontiac. We'll go to New York and Greg Gumbel right after this.
Lou Kelly loves two things: UCLA basketball and his Pontiac Torrent crossover. The upgrade in fuel economy allows him to drive to every game. The upgrade in design allows him to drive in style. And the upgrade in seating capacity allows him to drive with tonight's officiating crew and a hypnotist.
Technical foul, Louisville.
Sweet. The Pontiac Upgrade event, where you can also upgrade how you watch this year's NCAA Men's Final Four to the 2007 Men's Final Four in Atlanta. For your chance to win, get to your Pontiac dealer by March 27th.
Meet Rick Rourke. Rick's an anomaly within the human race. He's a morning person.
Hey, neighbor!
He just rises and shines like a supernova.
What's happening?
For the rest of us, there's the rich, bold coffee everyone is talking about. McDonald's Premium Roast. They add the cream and sugar just the way you like it, so you can face the day and, of course, the morning people.
Hey, everybody! Taking the stairs.
This is the new shrink ray from Ratchet & Clank for PlayStation Portable. And we're gonna shrink our friend Larry so he can sneak into the girls' tent while they're changing.
Wow.
Dude, run. Is that an owl? Yeah.
The Shrink Ray. All new weapons, all new levels. Ratchet & Clank size matters up. PSP.
Bob, it's gonna be a doozy. So were you able to get all your specialists on the line? Great. Hey, guys. All right, I did everything you guys recommended, but I just want to go over things one last time. Okay, backup power. Check. Data. Check. Connectivity. Yeah, check. All right, I'm good to go.
With trained specialists to solve your most complex IT needs.
Beautiful.
We're there. CDW.
Bob! Yeah, we're gonna... I have two beautiful children, a wife married now 17 years. When you're inside, cooped up in the wintertime, no. As soon as it gets warm, we're out there.
He's playing tag or hide and seek or whatever it is.
Winter's over. I put down Scott's turf builder with Holtz. It feeds our lawn. It gets our lawn greener, faster, and it stops the crabgrass. I'm the very first to have a green lawn after the winter. Look at it.
We're out much earlier than other neighbors.
Hey guys, time to come outside. Come on out. That's our Scott's lawn.
Hi once again, everyone, and welcome to the Road to the Final Four, powered by Pontiac. I'm Greg Gumbel in New York, joined by my studio partners Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis. I want to remind you, tonight on CBS, catch back-to-back editions of 48 Hours Mystery. That's tonight on CBS, America's #1 network. Another reminder, we'll be back again tomorrow, 2 Eastern time, on the Road to the Final Four, powered by Pontiac. Then at 2:30 Eastern, Oregon meets Florida, Georgetown, and North Carolina. The winners there will have their tickets punched for Atlanta. Once again, UCLA, a winner over Kansas. Back to San Jose. We join Dick Enberg. Dick.
All right, thank you, Greg. And Ben Howland grew up in Southern California, followed the John Wooden dynasty as a kid, and I know the pride you feel in taking your great team back to the Final Four.
Well, number one, I'm so proud of our players and the great effort they displayed against an outstanding Kansas team. Kansas is the best team we played all year. So that was really special to have you here, because I grew up watching Bruin basketball with you doing the call, and you're the best ever, Dick.
Well, that's centuries ago. Coach, there were 32 steals in the game. I've never seen anything like that, and your defense seemed to answer every steal.
Kansas is great athletes. This was a team that we played today that had unbelievable athletes. Our guys are athletic. It was a heck of a college basketball team.
Have a good trip to Atlanta. Aaron Aflalo, he's been the star for UCLA, stepped up with the big shots in the big game. Never a more important performance than tonight.
Yeah, it was good that I was able to get into the flow, but besides what I did, my teammates did a great job of continuing to play and playing hard through all the adversity.
And we're going to go to Greg Gumbel in New York, but first we're going to pause for this word. UCLA has advanced to the Final Four.
Okay, now what? We're up. Okay, that's fair. On three?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I threw paper.
I threw a rock.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Low 5.
Most vehicles can help protect you during an accident. We'd prefer to help you avoid one altogether. The 2008 Lexus RX with 14 actively safe features.
Between my two phone bills, it's probably about $60 a month.
About $150.
Probably $100 a month.
With Vonage, it's just $24.99 a month for unlimited local and long and get 1 month free, including free calls to the U.S., Canada, Puerto Rico, and Europe. And all the cool features you could ever want are included. Over 20 in all. That's a savings of up to 50% on your phone bill.
Call 1-800-989-4VON.
When I'm riding, I can't let my allergy medicine put me in a fog. So I only ride Claritin Clear. Claritin works hard to relieve my worst allergy symptoms. Sneezing, runny nose, for a full 24 hours. Only Claritin is proven to make me alert and focused. And it doesn't make me drowsy, like some other medicines can. When I get allergy relief and stay razor sharp, I'm ahead from start to finish. Stay alert, stay focused, live Claritin Clear.
This winter, replace the feeling of dry, red, itchy skin fast with the healing feeling of Cortisone 10. It has 10 healing ingredients, plus the strongest itch relief medicine without a prescription. All day, all night, feel the heal of Cortisone 10.
The pain is gone.
Introducing Heat Therapy from Icy Hot. Better than a heating pad, new Heat Therapy gives you up to 8 hours of muscle-relaxing, pain-relieving heat that goes where you go. New Icy Hot Heat Therapy.
When the heat is on, pain is gone.
That's the scene out in San Jose, California. The victorious UCLA Bruins celebrating the West Regional Championship, 68-55 over Kansas. Tonight on CBS, catch back-to-back mystery. That's tonight on CBS, America's #1 network. And we remind you, for a region-by-region recap of all the day's madness, check out NCAA March Madness highlights on CSTV, powered by Pontiac, coming up at midnight. CSTV, the 24-hour college sports network from CBS Sports. Clark Kellogg, Seth Davis, we've got Ohio State headed to Atlanta along with UCLA. Ohio State awaits North Carolina Georgetown winner, and UCLA awaits the winner of Florida Oregon.
Well, I just want to commend both of these teams. Kansas and UCLA played with great energy and effort. Both teams, they made shots, and they had A squared, Aaron Aflalo, but the effort and intensity was terrific both ways.
Yeah, it's just an amazing coincidence that all these teams happen to have off shooting nights when they're playing UCLA. Ben Hallen is just a phenomenal defensive coach. And how about Aaron Aflalo? Last summer, he puts his name into the NBA draft. He comes back to school, had shot 35% in the tournament, 10 for 15 today, 24 points. That's a big-time performance.
Ohio State, UCLA on their way to Atlanta. We're going to take a break, and when we come back tomorrow at 2 Eastern Time, the road to the Final Four, 2 more headed for the Final Four. For Clark, for Seth, for all of us here at CBS Sports, I'm Greg Gumbel. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have yourselves a good evening.
Now on Blu-ray.
I knew it was too early to promote you.
Well, I understand double O's have a very short life expectancy.
The best picture, the best sound, the best Bond in high definition. Casino Royale, now on Blu-ray disc.
Beer that doesn't use a lime. It has 1/3 fewer carbs than the leading light beer from Mexico. Well, you could call it the ultimate light beer, or you could just call it by its name, Miller Lite. Miller Lite. Good call.
I really like the Supersonic.